what are the best first-person shooters for Android and iOS? Hey, what's up internet? My name is Vic with PhoneArena, and today we're taking a look at the 10 best new and free shooter games for your phone. So let's kick things off with number 1, Call of Duty Mobile. Over the years there have been numerous copycats trying to bring that Call of Duty feel to mobile devices. Well, the original is now here. Developed by Tencent and published by Activision, Call of Duty Mobile doesn't just borrow the aesthetic and level design from the legendary Call of Duty series, it manages to capture the high-octane gameplay as well. You can jump in a classic domination, search and destroy, team deathmatch or frontline match, or you can play in Battle Royale mode. Call of Duty is quickly becoming the most downloaded FPS on mobile, so you have no trouble finding a match within seconds. There is no controller support at the time of making this video, but Activision has said that it might add it in the future. For the time being, rest assured that the touch controls are as smooth and intuitive as they can be. Number 2, Shadowgun Legends. Shadowgun is an FPS franchise specifically for mobile. Shadowgun Legends is an always online, massively multiplayer looter shooter. There are tons of missions to complete, various side quests to pick up, a plethora of loot to find, and even a PvP mode where you can show off your treats and a new gun by aiming at someone's head. Essentially, it's the looter shooter itch scratcher for mobile. The aesthetics remind us of Destiny a lot. The gameplay is smooth and the game does support controllers, but you can play it just fine with touch controls as well. Next up, World War Heroes. This game kind of reminds us of Battlefield 1 with its choice of setting and also its soundtrack. People will have mixed opinions on its PvP multiplayer because time to kill is extremely slow. Enemies usually soak up a full clip before they die. You can also find various armor pickups around the map to make sure you're extra beefy at all times. We can say we're fans of the monetization choices in this game. Consumable items such as grenades and medikits have limited uses, and if you run out, you either need to buy more or just suck it up and play the game without them. Nevertheless, it's a free download and you're given plenty of consumables to start with, so if you prefer shooters where you have time to react when someone starts shooting you from the back, give this one a go. At number 4 comes Modern Ops. This game has a sort of Counter-Strike-ish feel to it. It's a nice shooter with smooth controls and good player population, but it also starts you off with a limited supply of nades and meds, which you will have to buy if you want to restock. Most of the time you will find yourself in simple team deathmatch games, nothing objective based or fancy, so it's a quick and easy ways to get some frags in when you have a few minutes to spare. Number 5, Modern Combat Versus. Modern Combat is a staple FPS franchise for mobile. Before Activision finally published their version of the original, Modern Combat was the Call of Duty mobile experience to go to. This latest installment has a futuristic aesthetic and includes the concept of having different character classes with their own set of skills, be it to raise a shield around your allies or be a super fast rushing class. This game supports controllers, so if you refuse to play Call of Duty Mobile with touch controls, you can still play Modern Combat while you wait for Activision to include its own controller support. Its monetization model will let you experience more of the characters faster if you put money in, but you can still enjoy the game if you spend no money on it. Next, War Polygon. This shooter is mainly designed around a single player experience. It lets you play through a story campaign based on events of the Second World War. The game's aesthetic is made up of colorful polygon graphics and it's not very hard to play, so it's a nice little title to blow some steam with. The game does have a PvP mode, but our experience with it has been pretty bad, so we wouldn't recommend you download it for the deathmatch mode. Not to be outdone by its multiplayer-focused competitors, this game has loot crates, items and skins to collect. Jumping to number 7, we have Dead Effect 2, a single-player FPS set on a depressing space station in the distant future. This game gives us a lot of Doom and Dead Space vibes, though it's not as scary. You basically need to fight your way through a horde of zombies and escape the infested space station. It can't be that hard, right? The gameplay is great with a satisfying gunplay and smooth animations. It also supports controllers. Number 8. Afterpulse. Afterpulse was among the first shooter games to try and offer console-grade graphics and gameplay on a phone. Nowadays it has evolved nicely and has a robust community, so you easily find other players to match up against. It's a third-person shooter for a change, and the controls for both aiming and shooting are quite precise, with the right amount of auto-aim there to help you fight the touch input. There are of course plenty of loot crates to buy with real-world money, but the title is enjoyable without spending a dime as well. At number 9 we have Respawnables. This game has a more cartoonish aesthetic, reminding us of the good old Team Fortress 2. There are no character classes to be found here though. You simply unlock new weapons and gadgets as you grind day in and day out. There are also a ton of cosmetics to dress your characters in. The game supports a controller, so you don't need to wrestle with the touch controls to get those precise headshots. Every once in a while, there are missions or special events that spice things up a bit and help you earn more in-game cash. Finally, number 10 is Danger Close. Another shooter with a cartoonish aesthetic. Danger Close is pretty simple to play. You just need to aim at an enemy and your character will auto-fire. The animations and controls are very smooth and accurate. Combined with a pretty tame tempo, this game is quite okay to play even without a controller. You've got 3 game modes to pick from: the good old team deathmatch, a quick skirmish mode where it's every man for himself, or the newly added Battle Royale, where it's every man for himself on a bigger map. Setting up your character for success is key. You've got plenty of perks, different guns, or various items to unlock through the weapon shop. Don't worry too much about pay to win. The guns are level locked, so there's no chance for someone to jump in the game and immediately buy the most powerful items. And this wraps up our list of the 10 best new and free shooter games for Android and iOS. Which one is your favorite and why? Let us know in the comments, hit that like button to show us some love, and subscribe to our channel, PhoneArena, to see more tech vids from us. My name is Vic, and I'll talk to you in the next one.